Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Jamar. I'm back. I know it's been a little bit, but I'm back. So, a lot's happened this week. Had the trade deadline. I think the Browns traded one of their backup defensive tackles or defensive ends, something light. But we got even bigger news today. Paul DePodesta is gone. The man who we don't know what he does. We don't know. We don't know what he does. We don't know how he really interacted with the Browns like that. He's been working out of San Diego for a long time, but he's gone. He left to go back to the MLB with the Colorado Rockies. So he's out of our hair now. We got a new offensive play caller in Reese this Sunday against the Jets. So Kevin Stefanski for the second year will be giving up head play calling duties. So second year in a row, that's not really a good look as far as I'm concerned because everyone on the offensive coaching staff has changed but Kevin. We had Ken Dorsey last year. He's having Dallas put up monster numbers almost every game, excluding the game against the Cardinals this past Monday. But he's having Ken Dorsey. He's putting up big numbers with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and George Pickens in Dallas. And Kevin's still here. Once again, second year in a row, arguably the worst offense in the league, next to maybe Tennessee. But even they can score 20 points every now and then. For us, unless we have the defensive help, we can barely crack 17 points. And we got the Jets coming up this Sunday. It's going to be in New Jersey. So when we're looking for this game, here's my thing. Even if we lose, which we shouldn't, but even if we lose this game, if Dylan Gabriel continues to put up pedestrian numbers, if he's like 17 out of 29, like 150, 60 yards with a touchdown and an interception, a fumble, or a touchdown and 2 picks with a sub 60 completion percentage, I would yank him after that game and put Shador in. Now, I know they say he's had issues with his back. The Browns have done this for years with Rashard Higgins when he was in and out of the lineup, with Njoku at one point, when he, I think he had mysterious injuries, something like that. It's always like, or maybe it was healthy scratch with him. I'm not sure. But this just seems like, it could be legitimate. And they said his back was messed up, but that was like last week. I'm saying, like, he hasn't played a game yet. He's already had 2 injuries. Maybe it might be on him. But if he went through Colorado last year and got sacked plenty of times behind a subpar offensive line with college, he can get behind another sub-offensive line with the Browns, and he should be okay. At least, avoiding injuries. But, it's a crazy game. Things happen. Jaden Daniels got injured this past, when was that, Sunday? And he's out for basically the rest of the season. So anything can happen. But at the very least, Shador will give you more of a spark offensively. Even with our lackluster offense, you're telling me that with our collection of players, it's just impossible for us to get above 17 points from an offensive perspective only? You're telling me Quinshawn Judkins and Njoku, Bond, Tillman, whenever he comes back, Judy, you telling me these guys can't get more than 17 points? I know talent has something to do with it, but it's also coaching. So as far as I'm concerned, if Reese manages to get more of a spark out of the offense, if we're more productive than just the first scripted drive, like the Lions game or the Patriots game, we can get 4 or 5 drives, we can at least get a field goal, at least get in field goal range and get points. That's telling me Kevin Stefanski needs to be done play calling, period. Me personally, I think he should be out because his offense for the second year has been the worst, if not one of the worst in the league. But things looking for the Jets. I know they traded Sauce Gardner. I know they traded their defensive tackle to the Cowboys. I think Sauce Gardner went to the Colts. So they have even less star power on the defensive side than they did, before the season. And offensively, let's be honest, Justin Fields, he's nothing special. Tyrod Taylor, he'll provide a spark every now and then, but he's nothing special at his age. I think he's 36 years old. Breece Hall is like the main weapon you got to look out for. We should win this game. If we somehow lose and Reese has play calling, that means to me we got to just go ahead and chuck the whole offensive staff, in Lake Erie or something, just start over from scratch. If it comes to this, if it was my opinion, if we lost this game, I would say, you know what, get Reese up out of here, get Stefanski up out of here, make make the defensive coordinator the interim head coach. Let him get one of his guys in here for offensive coordinator. We can find somebody or, hire from in-house another week to do that. And let's just let the offense, just rock. Just take deep shots downfield, be more aggressive, and stop these dink and dunk curl routes, these, 5-yard slants, in and out routes, this heavy formation. We don't have the players to run that type of offense no more, and we need to have more of a balance. I would say trust more in the run game to open up the pass because we're a much better running offense than the passing offense. The defense will, for the most part, will do their job and hold it steady like they always have for like the past 4 or 5 years, excluding even like a few years when we had what was his name? Woods, our defensive coordinator. Even we had him, the defense, they broke more than they've been, but they had moments of holding it down when the offense would collapse. So my thing is just trust the running game, take more shots downfield, open up the playbook more. Let's stop these tight end screens. Let's stop these bubble screens with the tight ends. Like, I don't get that fascination. Why don't you use your fastest players? Put your playmakers in position to make plays. Stop using Njoku to do a screen and having Bond and Jerry Jeudy, 2 wide receivers, try to block for him. You know what I'm saying? Let's break out Harold Fanning Jr. more. Let's break out Isaiah Bond more. Let's get these playmakers, or at least, potential playmakers, out and let them make their plays instead of just this heavy formation, 12 personnel, offense that's just dinking and dunking, and no defense is afraid of that. They can just sit on the routes, get pressure behind a weak offensive line, and make Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders' life, hell on Sundays. So let's just open up this running game, open up the passing game. We're already, 2-6. We don't have anything to lose at this point. So I say if the Jets do win somehow, I would say 17-16, 17-13. But if we win, I would say 24-13, 20-10, 27-16 Browns. I believe we can be 3-6. The Jets are having a fire sale. They already punted the season away, and we're about to punt ours away. But we should easily win against the Jets. We should beat the Titans. We should win some of the easier games on our schedule. This is the easier half of our schedule. I'm not saying we're going to win 5, 6 in a row, but we can get to 6, maybe 7 wins. That'll be an improvement upon last season and a spark that the offense can build upon for the next season. So I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday against the Jets. Hopefully the Browns win, and hopefully the offense actually shows us more than merely 10 to 17 points. So that's all I got for now. I'll see y'all later. Have a good night.